Welcome to Game 4 of the Eastern Conference Finals between the Indiana Pacers versus the New York Knicks. This is where rivalries heat up, legends rise, and every possession counts. You're watching Ginulat ang Mundo, where every play tells a story, and every game shakes the basketball world. Things got personal. This was the first time Jalen Brunson visibly lost his cool in this series. JB had a serious trash talk moment with Tyrese Haliburton, who even pointed at him while expressing frustration over Brunson's foul baiting tactics. Tyrese was clearly done with the antics. He also had a face-to-face moment with Hans Perez, the die-hard Pacers fan, who had been getting bullied by the Knicks crowd outside the Madison Square Garden. Adding to the occasion, Tyrese's dad, John Haliburton, finally got to watch his son play live in the arena. Ever since that first round matchup where Tyrese made waves against Giannis, it was a great start for the Indiana Pacers. They drained 3 3-pointers early on, 2 of them from Aaron Nesmith, that previously suffered an injury in Game 3. He completely fooled Mud Spike Lee with a fake handoff from Haliburton, who then knocked down a 3. The Knicks were forced to call an early timeout. Jalen Brunson took over for the New York Knicks, while Tyrese Haliburton led charge for Indiana. The duel between the two was electric in the first quarter, JB stepping up big after Karl Anthony Towns got into early foul trouble, picking up 2 quick fouls. Both Haliburton and Brunson, former Team USA teammates, ended the first quarter with double-digit points. Aaron Nesmith showed no signs of injury, even throwing down a transition dunk over Haliburton's 5th assist. This one to Obi Toppin. Brunson answered right back with a tough bank shot plus the foul. Then came a huge block from Tyrese Haliburton on Jalen Brunson. Haliburton started launching threes from deep, shades of Stephen Curry. The Pacers closed the first quarter with a 12-5 run, leading 45-35. Pascal Siakam also reached double digits. In the second quarter, while Brunson was on the bench, Coach Thibodeau made some impactful substitutions. Landry Shamet and Delon Wright came off the bench and delivered on both ends of the floor. Shamet's great defense forced a turnover from Pascal Siakam, which led to OG Anunoby tying the game at 51. The Knicks Hollywood celebrity fans were fired up again. Karl Anthony Towns dropped 12 points in the second quarter alone. When Tyrese returned, Indiana cleaned up their sloppy play. He was nearly at a triple-double by halftime. 20 points, 9 rebounds, and 10 assists with 0 turnovers. The Pacers led at halftime 69-64. Indiana kept their momentum heading into the third quarter, starting with a 13-0 run that ballooned the lead to 12. The intensity of the game was off the charts. Haliburton looked confident with the Pacers holding a strong lead. Cat made his presence felt again with a powerful dunk plus the foul, cutting Indiana's lead to single digits. But now, the matchup between Haliburton and Brunson turned personal. Tyrese had enough between JB's foul baiting tactics. On one play, he hyped up the crowd after forcing Brunson into a costly turnover. With under 2 minutes left in the third, Haliburton already had 14 assists. The crowd began chanting flopper at Brunson. Then Andrew Nembhard checked in for Indiana, and Haliburton continued his barrage, hitting a deep 3 in Brunson's face. Brunson came back with an answer, but it was clear he was losing composure. Brunson got into it with Benedict Mathurin, almost as if he was trying to physically intimidate him. JB was not happy and had been trash-talking Mathurin throughout the series. But this was the time he visibly snapped. With high emotions running, The third quarter ended 102-91 in favor of Indiana, up by 11. At the start of the fourth quarter, the Pacers extended their lead to 15, their largest of the game. Pascal Siakam got fired up, even taunting the Knicks bench after drilling a corner three. Indiana's offense looked balanced, while for the Knicks, only 3 players were consistently scoring: Brunson with 29, Cat with 22, and OG Anunoby with 18. With under 6 minutes left, the Knicks launched a comeback and cut the lead down to 6, 115-109. But Indiana hit big shots when it mattered. Siakam nailed another 3-pointer, Mikal Bridges hit 1-2, and then Haliburton attacked the paint for a driving layup. With just 2 minutes left, a scary moment occurred. Karl Anthony Towns collided knees with Aaron Nesmith. Cat was in pain and grabbed his left knee, but he still managed to play a bit afterward. The Pacers held a tense 7-point lead entering the final 2 minutes, and you could feel the pressure mounting inside the arena. Even Spike Lee, normally animated and full of bravado, looked noticeably anxious courtside, biting his lip, eyes locked on the floor. Every possession felt like it could tilt the balance, and the stakes couldn't have been higher. Then came Tyrese Haliburton, once again proving he was built for the big stage. With nerves of steel and court vision that seemed almost supernatural, he delivered one of the most iconic performances of his young career. Haliburton recorded yet another triple-double, adding to an already incredible postseason run. What made it even more special, he became the first player in Indiana Pacers history to post 2 triple-doubles in a single playoff campaign. No one else have done it before, not Reggie Miller, not Paul George, not even Mark Jackson. Tyrese carved his name into the franchise record books, and he did it with poise, precision, and purpose. As the intensity climbed, so did the physicality. The game turned into a war of attrition, with bodies flying, tempers flaring, and the refs handing out fouls left and right. Miles Turner and Josh Hart both fouled out, symbolic of just how gritty and punishing this battle had become. It was no longer just about tactics or shooting percentage, it was about who wanted it more. And in the final minute, when the Knicks were scrambling to stay alive, and the crowd was holding its breath, Obi Toppin stepped into a moment he'll never forget. With the shot clock winding down and the defenders closing in, he rose up from behind the arc and buried a cold-blooded 3-pointer. It was the dagger, pure and undeniable. That single shot sent shockwaves through the arena. Fans erupted in cheers, leaping out of the seats, high-fiving, screaming, and waving their towels in pure jubilation. The energy in the building hit a fever pitch, and it was clear the Indiana Pacers had just seized full control of the series. With that ice-cold triple from Obi Toppin, the Knicks didn't just win the game, they sent a message. Now they are holding a commanding 3-1 lead over the New York Knicks, with momentum, confidence, and history on their side. One more win, and they're off to the next round, riding the wave of one unforgettable night of playoff basketball. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe.